Hi everyone, welcome to Clutch Entertainment today, and today we're going to be talking about my favorite top 10 board games slash card games that I like and that I play over the years. And we'll start with a few things about each game, and then I'll go a little synopsis of basically a little bit within how the game's played or something familiar with it. So we'll go through these games, and sorry if I sound a little off. I kind of have a cold right now. So let's get right into it, and I'll walk you through. So first off, we're going to talk about Blackjack. So Blackjack is a game called 21. It's basically whoever has 21 points or the highest between the dealer and the player gets to win the matchup, basically. So you get one card face up and one card face down from the deck, and basically you choose to hit or stay. Now, face cards are like jacks, queens, kings, aces. Those are all worth, jacks, queens, and kings are all worth 10. And then aces are worth 1 or 11. And all the other corresponding numbers like 9, 8, 7, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 are all what their numeric value is. So basically, you don't even get like a hand or anything. They just place the card down, one card face down, and one card face up. You can look at the face down card, but your opponent cannot, or the dealer cannot. So when you end up playing the cards, you're trying to get to 21, like I said. So for example, say I have a 10 and a 4. Okay. I would probably want to hit in that situation, meaning the dealer gives me another card. Now, if they give me another card and say it's like a jack or something, I get 24 and that's a bust. Okay. But say like I get like a 7, for example. So I got 21. Okay. And then the dealer then has to hit his mark now to try to get to 21. And whoever has the highest numbers, because if he gets, say he's got a jack and he's got a king, that's only 20. And he stops hitting, so he's going to bust no matter what he gets, unless it's an ace. So basically, you want to get it so you have 21 points total. So that's Blackjack, and you could just keep playing with, it's 2 or more players, but one person's the dealer, and they're the ones that go last, typically. Unless you, like I said, you bust. If you bust, then you automatically lose. So next I'm going to talk about chess. So it's on a board of 8x8, and also I'm going to talk about checkers. So these two games are pretty synopsis because they both play on the same exact board and it's alternating colors. It's basically looks a little bit like, so this is what a chessboard would look like. Let me bring on my screen here. So this is a chessboard. So as you can see, there's a bunch of different pieces. This is a queen, king, rook, knight, and the rook's right here. The knight right here. I forgot what you call this one, but these are all pawns in the front. And basically, the whole point of the game is to capture the king on each side. So if you capture the king, you win. And it's a game that's white goes first and black goes second. And then we have another game called checkers. I'm sure a lot of you have played this one before. Checkers is on the same kind of board. It's red and black. I believe red always goes first, if I'm not mistaken. But basically, you try to get to the opponent's side, king yourself, and try to bring yourself back. So these two games are pretty simple. More so, like checkers is more simple than chess. Chess is a little more strategy. But like I can go into more details about them, but basically the way chess works, it's more complex and it's more of putting a strategy in place so you can beat your opponent. Whereas checkers is more of I want to force them to jump in a certain place so I can king myself and then pin them in a corner. So you can only move diagonally in checkers. In chess, you can move depending on the pieces. So like a chessboard, like for example, like I was showing before, you can only move, the pawns can only move 1 or 2 on the first move, and then they can move 1 forward, or they can attack by diagonal attack. The rooks right here, they can go only horizontal and vertical. These guys jump 2 up to one to the right, or to the right 1 up, or to the right 1 down, or to the left 1 up. It's basically 2 to 1 with their movement. These guys typically go on the diagonal. They only can move diagonally, but they can move as far as they want, as long as there's another piece. And you intercept another piece by touching them. The queen can go vertical, horizontal, or diagonally. The king can only move one space at a time, and basically that's how they all move. But like I said, with chess, you're capturing the king, and then checkers, you're trying to capture all the other pieces. So those are chess and checkers. Now we have, let's go to Egyptian Ratscrew. So yeah, Egyptian Ratscrew is another game. So basically, you place cards down over and over and over, and there's things called doubles, sandwich, and tens. Most people just play with either sandwich or double. So basically, you can slap and get all the cards in the pile. So typically, you just place them down, and you just put them down like in a circle. So everyone takes turns, and they put a card down on each, basically. And when they put the card down, it doesn't matter what it is. If it's a jack, you only put one down. If it's a queen, you put two down. The next person. If it's the king, you put three down, and the ace is four. So it just gets alternated. And then basically, if there's doubles, like I was showing you before, like a double or a sandwich, you can slap and collect all the cards before that person gets to draw it. It's kind of a confusing game until you actually get into it. But you should definitely look up how to play it, and you should definitely look up how to play it, and there's a lot of information online how to. It's a really fun game, and I think you should try it. So next we have Uno, which is kind of like Crazy Eights, if anybody's ever played Crazy Eights. So basically everyone puts cards down corresponding to this. So if you have the same color, you can put the card down in a pile. Everyone's taking turns putting in the middle pile. If wild changes the color to what it's supposed to be, what you want it to be. Blue, like you could put like a green 9 on a blue 9 or a red 9 or on a blue 9 or anything, as long as it's the same number. And then number and color are what matters. If it's a wild, it just changes the pace of things. There's also like skip turn, and there's reverse, and there's draw 2. But typically it's just green, blue, yellow, and red on this specific card game. So you just take turns, alternating turns, and you end up passing along all the different around the circle, and then you end up getting rid of all the cards in your hand. And you start with, I believe, 5 or 6, but you want to get rid of all the cards in your hand, and you say Uno when you have one card left. And if you get rid of all the cards in your hand, then you win the game. And then next we have Battleship. So Battleship is a game that basically well, that's not Battleship. Battleship board game. So yeah, Battleship is basically a game where you have ships on the ground here, and you declare specific positions where you think theirs are, and you try to mark them out. So there's 5 different ships you got to declare and destroy. So like there's an example of like the 5 different ships, and you try to find like A4, and that's a miss, or F3, and that's a hit. So you just basically try to guess the opponent where he put his ships, and that's a pretty fun game. And then another fun game that I've played growing up is Pokemon. I didn't have too much success playing this game, but it was a lot of fun when I tried it with a friend. But this is the trading card game, so basically you go back and forth and you're battling others. I don't know too much of the rules, or I'm not too much into depth with it, but it was a really fun game. Basically, you use trainer cards to get certain effects, and you play the Pokemon to battle the other Pokemon, and then you try to use weakness, resistance, such like that. And then probably the last game that has been my favorite, this is the one I play mostly these days. It's the Yu-Gi-Oh card game. So basically the whole thing about Yu-Gi-Oh is there's different cards. This is an example. See, they have attack, defense, attack. So whoever's got the highest attack basically beats over the person who has a lower defense or a lower attack. And that's basically the whole gist of things. There's so much more complex information with decks and such. Usually decks are 40 to 60 cards, and you have some called spell cards as like extenders, and then trap cards like to protect you, and then you also have like extra deck cards. Like this is a Link card. There's Link, Synchro, Fusion. There's just all different abilities. And when you use all these different abilities and such, you learn what the cards do. There's a lot of text on cards, as you can tell these days. So you really have to like read close into what each of these say. So like if I want to know what's going on with this monster, it says if a Cyberse monster you control is used by Link material for a Code Talker, this card in your hand can also be sent as material. So that's just an example. You got to read exactly what it does. And if your opponent's playing a card you don't know, you should say, yeah, I would like to read it. There's a lot of games online you can learn with. There's a game called Master Duel that's pretty much a form of Yu-Gi-Oh that you can learn, and then there's a few simulators you can learn from. But it's a lot of fun, and that's probably the game I play the most out of everything. But overall, these are all my favorite games, and I really enjoy playing all of them. And if you have any questions in the comment section below, and if you want to learn more about any of the games, like I can be happy to answer your questions. And if you want to have any, like if you want to reach out to me directly, I'll be willing to see if I can find a game online we could play together if you want to play. So just let me know. If you have any other games that you think should have been included in this list, let me know in the comment section below. And if you can like and subscribe, that would be great. Thank you very much, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.